Hello, my name is Erica Cuevas, and today I will be doing a presentation on athlete concussions and how it affects the brain and behaviors. A concussion is a traumatic brain injury that affects your brain's functions. Some concussion causes you to lose your consciousness, but not in all cases. More common if you play any type of sports. Concussions are usually caused by a blow to the head, violently shaking the head and upper body, also causing a concussion. Your brain is the consistency of jelly. A violent blow to the head and neck causes your brain to slide back and forth forcefully against the inner walls of your skull. Statistics show that between 1.7 and 3 million sports and recreational related concussions happen each year. 5 out of 10 concussions go unreported or undetected. Some athletes don't report concussions because it stays on their record. And after so many concussions, they're not allowed to play anymore, which is very hard for them because a lot of these athletes, that's all they know and that's all that they have done all their lives. The two highest reports of concussion injuries are amongst bicyclists and football players, which, to be honest, I really thought football players would have been the highest. The part of the brain that are most commonly affected in traumatic brain injuries are the front lobe and temporal lobe. And part of the reason for that is that they're up against the bone and it's fairly rigid and rough bone. A concussion can affect the front lobe by impairing judgment, impacting attention spans and organization. Dysregulation to the frontal lobe caused by concussions or other brain injuries can result in loss of motivation and or impulsive behaviors. Other symptoms may be dizziness or seeing stars, ringing in the ear, nausea, vomiting, fatigue, ADD, mood swings, dysregulation, memory loss, depression, anxiety. A concussion is a mild form of trauma injury that affects how your brain functions. The sudden movement cause the brain to bounce inside the skull and stretching and damaging the cells and structures in your brain. In some cases, they can have you stay overnight in a hospital for observation, but that's not really necessary. They usually send you home and just tell you to observe your own symptoms. They'll let you know that you can take Tylenol or ibuprofen if you have a constant headache. But what they usually prescribe for you is, rest, which is really, really hard because a lot of us are parents and have other stuff to do, but it's very, very necessary. The damage caused by a concussion, needs time to rest, and that's the only way it could heal, because the unnatural motions causes chemical changes and damage to your brain cells. So rest is very important. While I was doing this research, I saw a video on Kevin Drake. So he's a former NFL football player, and he's been playing football since he was 5 years old. And he was saying how he kept on having concussions after one or the other. He said that he was unconscious for 3 minutes, and Like, after you having a few concussions, it's very easy for you to have another one. And he was also afraid to say something, so he would just take some medication to take away the headache, and then he would just continue playing on football. To the point that when he would see the recordings of his games, he wouldn't even remember that occurred in the game because he started losing memory. Now he's to the point that he gets a lot of panic attacks, anxiety, even mood swings like anger. And he was saying that he didn't want to be angry, he didn't want to be mean. So he had to get on a lot of medications because when they did a scan of his brain, all those concussions affected a lot in his brain and was causing him a lot of mood swings and depression, anxiety. One quote that really stood out for me, and it was quoted by Kevin Drake, was, "I'm not broken, just damaged. I was not built to break." I think that says a lot. We aren't broken. We're just a little bit damaged. And we're not built to break. We are strong characters. So I'm going to take this quote into consideration. I hope you enjoyed.